Hey guys, my name is Phoenix and this is Drawing the Human Figure from Your Mind lesson 150. Okay, so to begin this understanding of the inventions of all the muscles and the pulley systems for the hand, what we need to, what I'll do first is just label this. So this is the top of the hand, and here I'll label this the bottom of the hand. Okay, so what we're going to do is, just like everything else, we're going to understand everything in layers, right? So let's look at the top of the hand for a second here. So first we need to figure out, okay, how do all these bones stick together anyways? So basically it's just a set of fibers that will state here for our invention, which will be which will connect from this bone to this bone, right? So when you're doing this, just keep this light because we're going to be erasing quite a lot here. And the muscles of the hand aren't that difficult. So basically I'm just going to put a couple of lines here specifying that, look, there are a bunch of tendons over here, okay, and over here where this bone connects, so you're going to get that mass over here, meaning it's just going to round it out over here. Okay, so basically all we are going to do is glue these bones together here with these fibers here, which we will call tendons, and this is what's making everything stick together here, and these are very strong, obviously. So I'm just fuzzing it in because I know I'm going to come in here and erase it a little bit when we get into the pulley system. So we'll just darken this up a little. Over here, and on the thumb, I'm going to do the same thing, just put in these tendons. You can round it out from the edges. Okay, so that's the top. We'll do the same thing for the bottom. The hand over here, we'll just surround this guy over here. So here I'm just going to put in that line, just keep an eye on these lines here as to how these bones are connecting. We'll just keep that kind of dark here so you can understand where these joints are. So in drawing we're just doing that so we can comprehend these ideas here. So keep a note of this, that I drew just balls here, right? Because this is the palm area over here. So we know that because the bone curves, just like we looked at in the previous lesson here. Okay, we'll just put this in, put this in, put this in, put this in. Okay, that gives us a good understanding of what's going on here. So it's pretty much the same thing. I'm not going to fuzz this area in here for the wrist, but obviously you know that there are a bunch of bones over here, right? And then you've got the carpal tunnel here. So basically all this stuff is see all these bones here, they're all going to have these, just like these tendons, all over the place. But we're going to keep this clean for a second, otherwise it will get messy. Just understand that that's what's over here on the bottom, and obviously on the top. And of course when you get in the radius here and then the ulna here, right, it's twisted, right? It's going in that direction, and you're going to have that same tendons here pulling everything together. Okay, so what we'll do now is look at the first layer of muscles. Okay, so the first layer of muscles, we're going to look at the top of the hand here. Actually, before we do that, let's actually just understand one little item over here. Okay, so where these tendons are, right, as to how these bones stick together, is on the palm of the hand. this is going to be a good understanding here when you're drawing the hand. On the palm of the hand, just like these ligaments here, there are ligaments like tendons going across on the bottom here, right? So it's like it's coming in the middle. We'll just assume that, right? It's connecting here in the middle of that joint here, just like this. It's connecting over here, and it's connecting over here, and that's it, right? It keeps these bones together, meaning that this gives you an understanding of the bottom of the hand here, right? Because you can see that, look how this bone goes, right? And then you've got this area here for the skin, and it cuts it off, a nice cut over here, right? But when we look at it from the top, we can see that it's got this ditch in here, and those ligaments are coming over here. So meaning that those ligaments are on the bottom and there's nothing on top here. That's why we get this area over here. Otherwise we would have seen that over here too. Okay, so these are on the bottom, the palm area. So from the top we would only see them just like this. So we'll just do it lightly over here, specifying that we get that understanding. That we can see this from the top, but they're actually on the bottom, on this side over here. Okay, so now let's look at the first muscles. So basically, now these muscles, what's going to happen is that these are tiny muscles here in the palm area, right? And their job really is to help play a part in pulling in the fingers and contracting and extracting the fingers. But the muscles of the forearm play a major part in all these fingers, and they are all connected to these pulley systems from the top of the hand that go to those muscles that we just looked at for the forearm. From the bottom of the hand you're going to get double pulley systems. They're layered on top, and they're going to go right through the carpal tunnel and into those muscles that we talked about for the forearm. And that's why the hand is so strong in doing all those tasks. So here, the understanding that we need to do here is, first of all, what's going on with these bones, right, from the top. So here, first let me demonstrate to you that if you look at your hand, right, so you can see that it's very hard to move these two bones, right? You can hardly move them. You can like nudge them. But here, right, if I take this pencil and put it here, you can see that these two bones move quite a bit, but right, and their movements are only up and down, right, a little bit down, but it's mostly up. So meaning that it gives you an understanding of, okay, if someone has an object in their hand, you can take this into account as to how to make it, if they're holding a pole or something, or on the ground like this, you'll begin to understand what happens as to it goes like this. It's not like that. So it's only these two bones that play that part, that they can make the hand flat over here. Otherwise, it's going down a little bit, this area, right? Because we talked about this. It's got that curve when we were doing those formulas. Okay, so knowing this, what we'll do now is start to put in these muscles for the area of the palm. Okay, so here I'm just going to put it in lightly here, and basically just understand that these muscles are going this. Let me just first draw it out. So basically this muscle here, it's going to connect like this, okay, and he's going to be like this coming in. Let me actually erase this a little bit. I'll do a close-up of this so you can see this. It's better. Okay. So these muscles here, they are going to be part of these pulley systems that are going to be for the top of the finger, meaning that they're also going to be just maybe like 4 different muscles on the palm area that are going to connect just like this we're about to draw, and they're going to go all the way on top, meaning that we're creating just getting that basic idea of this pulley system that allows these fingers to move. Okay, so basically this muscle is just going to be like this, connecting, okay, and he goes like this. He's just all connected like this, and he's got this thing here, meaning it's going to connect to a tendon here to help move these fingers. Okay, so here is where we can pretty much just clean this up a little bit. That's why you got to keep this a little light over here, because it can get really messy fast when you're understanding the hand. Okay, so you've got this pulley system here. Okay, so there's another muscle here, but we'll put that in later. We need to understand because it's part of a different mechanism. So here, just understand that this muscle is now going like this. Okay. So basically, what's going to happen? You're going to get that same understanding of these muscles coming in like this, and they're going to butt up together, right? Bunch up together here, and here basically this is how he connects. We'll keep just a little light here because we have to come on top. When we put in the pulley systems, we're going to have to erase a little bit. So just keep in mind that these muscles come like this, and they only expose a very thin line of bone here, and they cross over, right? This is that joint for the bone, and they're coming over here, meaning that they're going to attach to these pulley systems to the side of the fingers over here. So this muscle is just going to go over here, just like this. He's going to do the same thing. So we're just going to, we don't have to get so detailed in here. Just understand these basic concepts. Just clean this up. Clean this up. Just lighten this up a little bit. It's going to connect over here, just like this. Notice that there's a line over here, right? Because this is helping us understand something very important about the hand. I'll show you in a little bit. Meaning they're going downwards, right? So you're going to get that wedge in here for the top of the hand. And it's just going to go like this. Just keep that in mind, that these come out like this, and they're going into a, we'll look at that pulley system in a little bit. Okay, so here is that understanding of this wedge in here, right? There's a wedge in here, there's a wedge in here, there's a wedge in here. Right? So they're going inwards, and then they come out and bulge out over here. Then you have those massive tendons that gives you these lines here, these very thick tendons. Okay, and that's that pulley system we're going to understand here. So first, before we do anything, is okay. In the next lesson, we've done these muscles here. So now we're going to understand this very simple muscle system here that's going to explain a lot about the hand and allow us to draw very fast, rapidly the hands without any problems. So I hope you join me for that. Thanks.